probably the longest rivalry in the U.S. These two teams have met more than any other two high school teams, according to information that was released several years ago. This, the 80th edition of the Bell Game, and it is the Brawley Wildcats made the trip south to El Centro to take on the Central Spartans. Our Bell Game coverage brought to you by McNeese Mart at Dogwood and Main in El Centro. By the Broken Yoke Cafe, the Valley's best breakfast. Stan's Auto Body in El Centro. La Fonda Bar and Grill, great food, great sports. Also, Ozza Mobile Auto Repair in Yuma, the Central Union High School District. Southwest Postal Service and Southwest Security. The CB Stop in Calexico. Imperial Valley College, #1 in the U.S. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial. Roto-Rooter, serving the entire Imperial Valley. And by CET, the Center for Employment Training. John Driffill, this is what, our 35th, 39th, 100th Bell Game together?
Yeah, this is number 39 for us, and as you already mentioned, it's the 80th Bell Game. The first Bell Game was played in 1944, but to me, even more impressive than that, Carroll, the first time Central and Brawley played on a football field was 101 years ago, 1922 to be exact. So, as you already mentioned, it is an unsurpassed rivalry in the history of high school football in the United States. No two high schools have played each other more. And one of the reasons why, not only is it because of the 80 straight Bell Games, but Central and Brawley were playing two games against each other for years and years.
The money game. They would play a non-league game, and that helped fund the budget for the rest of the year. And then, of course, they would play the Bell Game in league for all the marbles.
And the reason they stopped playing two games was at that time in 2004, San Diego section, which was the home division section for the Spartans and the Wildcats, did not give credit if you played a team more than once. In other words, you could play the same team 10 times, but they only counted as one game. So when the seedings were seeded that year, that's back in the old days when they'd all go up on Saturday after the final high school game in San Diego, meet at a high school, and they'd all sit down and hash out who should be seeded 1, 2, and 3, and so on. And that really hurt the Valley schools not having 9 or 10 full games. They only had 9 games because they did not count the first Brawley game. So in 2004, they stopped playing 2 games a year. In 2012, Carroll, that's when the San Diego section went to the current rankings. They broke tradition. Before it was by size of school. You were seated by the size of the school unless you were private. And then privates could have the option of by size, meaning attendance, enrollment, or they could choose like to go up. They couldn't go down, of course, but they could go up. And so in 2012, CIF went to their current system of ranking schools and seeding schools not by their population or enrollment, but by their records. And then in 2015, the entire state went to the current state playoff system, which 2 years later benefited Southwest, who went all the way to the state finals.
Well, we'll be back with more of the pre-game festivities after this.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu. Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Build your future at CET, the Center for Employment Training. CET has been serving farm workers since 1967. Grants are available so that farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. See if you qualify at cetweb.edu. Farm worker admissions. Enroll at any time. All programs can be completed in under a year. And job placement assistance and financial aid are available to those who qualify. Call 800-533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu. The future is in your hands.
And the pregame festivities continue. The Great Spartan Band, the Tall Flags, the Spartines performing. And coming up next Thursday, it is the band festival, the high school band festival, next Thursday evening right here at Cal Jones Field. So get ready for that. And John, you can remember many years the reason you went to a Spartan game was for the band because the football team wasn't all that good.
Yes, the band traditionally has been one of the best in the nation. They've traveled all over the world. First Jimmy Cannon and then Renee Baker, and now they are currently under the direction of?
I believe they are under the direction of one Mr. Patrick Yanni. So anyway, they are incredible, and they are performing right now on the field. Coming up, two teams, when we look at the standings for the Imperial Valley League, you have to give Brawley the #1 in the standings, though both Brawley and Central are 3-0 in league because Brawley has a better overall record. They're 8-1. Central is 7-2. The two Central losses are to open division powerhouses.
Yes, they lost the game we did to Ramona, and then they lost to the game we also did right here to Granite Hills. Granite Hills is in the open division. Looking at all the numbers, Carroll, as you mentioned, Brawley 8-1. But if you look at the record of the teams that they've played, the teams they played this year, 25 wins, 54 losses. So more than twice as many losses as victories. So obviously not a very tough record. But Central, on the other hand, they played teams that only got a 34-45 record. So that's 11 games under 500. So again, it's not a real powerful schedule either one of these two teams have played. But they have played 4 common opponents. And you look at those common opponents, and Brawley has really outscored the 4 common opponents by a whopping amount, where at the same time Central has outscored them, but not by nearly as much. Brawley's outscored the 4 common opponents, Cibola, Southwest, Imperial, and Kxo, 171-24. Central, playing those same 4 schools, has outscored them 125-35. So looking at the numbers, you would certainly expect Brawley to be the favorite team. This is the best team they've had in several years. Their dual head coach, Van Diver and Rubio, are doing an excellent job. And many people tonight from Brawley are here because they really feel that they've got not only a shot to win, but they believe they will win tonight, and they should. They have a powerhouse team.
Well, they do have a powerhouse team. Central is not a slouch by any stretch, and it's going to be a good game. It's a bell game, so it's going to be an incredible game, no matter what the records, and we have seen that over the years. And just to point out, last year it was Central 20, Brawley 16. Game, as it typically does, went down to the final gun, John.
Yes, and that was the game up in Brawley where actually Centro was trailing by 2 scores with under 3 minutes to go. And their quarterback at the time, Rodriguez, first hit Artie, who was playing tonight, Artie Estrada, playing his final bell game as a senior, hit Artie Estrada for a long 60-plus yard touchdown, and then came back and hit Charlie Sullivan with a touchdown pass with under a minute to go. And then Central just relied upon their defense to put the game away. So that was a game that Brawley believed they were going to win, thought they were going to win, and then at the end believe that they should have won. So it was a very hard-fought game. Centro made those two huge plays at the end, and that's what it came down to. And wouldn't be surprised if it didn't come down to that tonight.
Well, that's kind of what I'm looking for. And as I have pointed out over and over again, and John, you're with me on this, neither one of us attended Central or Brawley. What we have always looked for is a good game. And most of the time, that's exactly what we've gotten. And that is what we expect this evening as well. A good game and a clean game. The days of issues, talking to somebody, you remember in years gone by, we would go to Coachella, we would go to Blythe, and there would be issues with fans. And those days are gone, and it's not going to be an issue. We've got more of our halftime festivities coming up on AM 1230 Kxo El Centro. Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Okay, John, you compared common opponents, and, that doesn't mean a whole lot because we can look at a couple of the common opponents where Central played their second and third team the whole second half. So, when it balances out, these two teams are equal when it comes down to tonight's game. We should also point out this game is dedicated to Cal Jones. This is Cal Jones Field. Anybody that has been in the Imperial Valley more than a couple of years knows the name Cal Jones. And it was 30 years ago that he passed away, tragically, in an automobile accident. And this game dedicated to Coach. And I didn't play for Coach. I would have loved to have played for him. I played for a similar coach in high school. Totally different physically. Big John Rappas was 6'7", 340 pounds, and former professional football player Cal Jones, short, stocky black man, and two totally opposites physically, but charismatically very much the same. The life lessons that each of them taught linger with their players. The players that played for Cal Jones are aware of what he brought to their life. And I got a chance to know him when he came back and coached at Central the second time, and immediately, you're the kind of guy you got to like him.
Yes, he did coach here twice. He came in the early 60s. By the mid-60s, he was the head coach, built a powerhouse team, and then by 70, 71, 72, they were the second best team in their division, and that's back when they were playing in the LA schools, which was about twice as many schools as San Diego section has, and they just couldn't get by Temple City. Temple City won 3 straight state championships, and yet all 3 times they beat Centro, all the scores were within 1 touchdown. And then they'd go on, meaning Temple City would go on, and they'd win the championship game 48-0 or 35-0. So Centro was by far their biggest obstacle, and that was a powerhouse up there, and Cal had a powerhouse here. He piggybacked on that, went off to the college, was coaching college in Illinois. And
Northern Illinois, the Huskies.
And other stops too. Steve Evangelist joined him, not as a player, but as a coach at various stops. And then came back in 1984, His son was then in high school, and he actually came back because he wanted to coach his son in high school. And so he came back to the Valley, came back here to El Centro, and very appropriately, this stadium is named after him.
And again, Cal was proud of the record, but he was more proud of the players, the men that he coached. And it was something that even after they were gone, if they needed help, if they needed a push, he was there to provide it.
Yes, and Cal, when he was here, he was not just a football coach. He actually had the position of a position that is no longer recognized in the state of California. He was the vice principal in charge of discipline.
Yes.
And this school, in my humble opinion, never ran as well before or after Cal Jones was the assistant principal in charge of discipline. They just did not have problems under his administration.
He would not let anything be a problem. We've got a halftime coming up. The captains should be meeting in the middle of the field at the 50-yard line. And we'll be able to update that ceremony for you. The game tonight, it's going to be officiated by an all-star crew. John Seaman is the referee. Nathan Binkins, the umpire. Back judge is Sean McLaughlin. The head linesman is John Robb, and the line judge is Roman Rubio. So we've got an all-star crew. We should point out there are several other rivalry games going on, Imperial and Southwest, and they're playing for the fireman's helmet. And Mickey Dale, George Grijalva have that game on our website, kxoradio.com. And it is the city championship in Calexico. It is Vincent Memorial and Calexico, and they are playing for the city bragging rights. The Palo Verde Yellow Jackets have the day off. Last night, Holtville swung the axe and walked away with a 53-6 victory over Calipatria in the Axe game. So it's rivalry week, and we'll come back and we'll take a look at what some of the ramifications of tonight's game are after this timeout.
Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also as a mobile auto repair, formerly John's Auto Service. only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Hi, this is Daryl Pechtel, Director of Adult Student and Parent Services at the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build a habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, John, not only are we competing with the other rivalry games going on around the Imperial Valley, but the World Series. I say World Series because Major League Baseball owns the rights to the word World Series. Anyway, as it stands right now, in case you're wondering, the Diamondbacks with a 5-3 lead over the Rangers, and that is heading into the top of the sixth game. The coin has been tossed, and Brawley won the coin toss. They defer. Centro will receive the opening kickoff. They will be going left to right. That would be west to east across your dial. And John, one of the neat things, and we've talked about the Southwest Central game, the Central Brawley game, these guys know each other, you know, from baseball, from basketball, from Little League, from passing league, from everything else. They know each other, and, you know, that makes it special. I mean, they're rivals, they're friends.
Yeah, and actually they do compete together certain times, like they will be at different gyms that are here. I don't want to publicize or say the names. You'll give them any free pub. But they work out at the same gyms with the ones, and there's no problems. It's not animosity. They also play together on the baseball travel teams. Some of them play basketball, soccer for some of the players. So, yes, they do know each other. Played since Little League against each other in baseball, softball, coming up all the way to Pop Warner. They played. So they are familiar. They know, and they respect each other. And I really expect to see a very good game tonight, hard-hitting game as always. Again, Brawley always has their team ready to play. I did want to mention, you said the Axe game between Calapat and Hopeville. Although Hopeville certainly got the better of that, I'd like to give props to Tony Leon. He has done a marvelous job, a miraculous job up there at Calapat. By the time last night's game rolled around, they just were really short of players. Some were hurt for other reasons. They didn't have the same squad. So they did field a team. They did show up. They did play. They played their hearts out. So congrats to Tony Leon and his first year as head football coach for the Calipatria Hornets.
Okay, before we start, I will give you a heads up if you're listening. Central is wearing gray with blue numbers, and they are almost impossible to read from the stands. But I can tell you that Alex Trejo has dropped back to receive the kickoff. And also back there, I believe, is Miguel Vega. Is that Vega? Again, the jerseys are neat, but you can't read the numbers. Yeah, maybe we can get some fluorescent tape for them.
Yeah, I believe they have their names on the back. So these are game time jerseys. Central did this 10 or 12 years ago, and it's good to see again. So this is something these kids will take out of this game long after, you know, the lights are turned out. They'll still have these jerseys, last a lifetime with them.
Well, I have my jersey still in the closet, and I can still wear it. I can still wear my Letterman sweater. the jersey presented to us at the end of our state championship season. And yes, it is something I cherish.
Yeah, Carroll.
They will as well.
Excuse me to interrupt you, but it looks like they've got number 21 kicking. I don't believe that's Gilbert Valenzuela. It might be Manuel Urbano changed his number. We'll know as soon as we see him kick it if he puts it in the end zone. But looking at the roster, Gilbert Valenzuela is set to kick off, and it will be his first kickoff of the year if it is indeed Gilbert Valenzuela. Usually Urbano handles the kicking. When he doesn't, it's Diego Padilla.
Well, we don't know. We have some numbers changes for the Spartans. About 5 of the players for the Bell game changed numbers. And we didn't get a heads up from Brawley as to whether any of their players changed numbers. But the ball is marked for play. Yeah. And we will have the kickoff.
And I'm gonna say this is Manuel Urbano, Carroll. After watching Brawley play Southwest, it looks like him. And I just can't imagine they'd have another kicker out there. So probably, for whatever reason, his regular jersey number 22 wasn't available, so he took 21.
And it is a high, relatively short kick. It is fielded at the 30-yard line. A fair catch was called, and that was Joshua Garcia who made the fair catch. The Spartans will put the ball in play, 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. It's high school football live on AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California.
Centro right out on the line of scrimmage, no huddle, ready to go.
And from the pistol, the snap, the handoff, right up the gut. We knew that was going to happen. Nico Viesca took the handoff from Luis Jimenez and picked up 5 yards on the first carry. I'll take that any day, John.
Yeah, I don't think Brawley was quite ready. Central, as I said, as soon as the ball was placed, they were on the line of scrimmage. They had their double wideouts left and right. Viesca had the single back, and they just took it before Brawley was ready.
You don't have to wait for the other team to get ready. Snap back, fake it to Viesca, dump off a little flare, and it is complete. And instead of going to the outside, he stopped and tried to find some running room, and it isn't going to be there. The Christopher Camillo with the stop. It is a 1-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. And you saw what he did, John. Whoops, there's somebody there, and instead of continuing on, he stopped and tried to change direction. It isn't going to work.
Yeah, that was Miguel Vega on the catch, and he just didn't take off. If he took off, he would have had some space.
Jimenez jumps it off. It is Vega with the catch, short of the first down. They'll spot it on the 38. And it will be a 4th down and 2. Miguel Vega getting 2 shots.
Looks like Central, they're out on the field ready to go, but I believe they're in punt formation.
They are in punt formation.
Has dropped you back. Excellent play by the cornerback Camillo that came up and tackled Vega short of the first down.
When we saw Brawley earlier, their defense is good. Nice kick, doesn't turn over, and it's muffed. And the Spartans are going to fall on it. The Spartans fall on the football, the muffed punt. And the recovery there by the Spartans, Seth Mendez, I believe, number 29.
Yep.
So the ball sailed over the head of the Brawley receiver, the punt returner. It went through his hands. So it is 1st and 10, Spartans on the Wildcat 20-yard line. Jimenez fakes to Viesca, fires into the end zone, and it is incomplete, almost intercepted. Good coverage down there.
We have a flag down in the backfield, so this could be hold or it could be a roughing the passer. So let's wait and see. Whichever way, the play probably will.
Roughing the passer, blow to the head is the call from John Seaman.
So that's an automatic first down. First down of the game. That should be a 10-yard penalty since they're on the 20, so it should be half the distance to the goal line, so it should be down on the 10. Should be first and goal for the Spartans.
And they march it down to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
Well, usually in big games, turnovers can kill you, determine the outcome, and so can penalties.
Jimenez hands off Viesca, follows the block and goes inside the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown! Nico Viesca, 10 yards out, following the turnover for the score. The Spartans capitalize on a Wildcat mistake and put the points on the board. We'll have the point after attempt as David Martinez will try the kick from placement. The Wildcats jump offside. Were they enticed or did they do it all on their own?
Well, if they came off early, then Central could take the penalty and go for 2. They'd only be a yard away.
Encroachment against the Wildcats. Half the distance to the goal.
But it looks like, Carroll, they're not going to try for 2 here. They'll go ahead and stick with the PAT from kick.
We're set. They'll spot the ball on about the 8-yard line. Snap back, good snap, kick up, kick is good. We've got 10:01 to play in the first quarter. It is Central 7, Brawley coming to bat.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Well, the Spartans will kick off after they went 20 yards on one play. And that play was actually a 10-yard run following the penalty. Nice high kick, fielded at about the 15, out to the 20, has some blockers and cuts it to the outside, pushes out across the 35 to the 40, stays on his feet before finally coming down at about the 40-yard line. Good return by the Wildcats, gives them excellent field position.
Yeah, Carroll, I'm going to go back 4 years ago on the same field. Brawley Wildcats scored on their second play, a 65-yard run from scrimmage, took a 7-0 lead. That game ended up 41-7 Central. So Central has the lead now, but there's a lot of football to go.
Oh, it's, yeah. We're just getting underway. It is 1st and 10, Wildcats on their own 41-yard line. And a little bit of a mix-up on the play as...
that was Moreno on the carry.
The handoff from Gutierrez to Moreno was not smooth. Moreno only got 1 yard, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a good start for Gutierrez and Moreno. They actually collided, so I'm not sure if Gutierrez turned the wrong way or if Moreno cut the wrong way. But as soon as they ran into each other, that just gave the Central Spartans a chance to cover. It is good to see that Jared Martin is back on the playing field for the Spartans after being out several weeks.
He was in the lineup last week as well. And the handoff again, it is Moreno. And we're going to see an awful lot. No, that was Zane Richards. Richards on the carry. He picked up 1 more yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Richards is a senior, but he's been getting a lot of carries recently because he has speed. He's actually faster than Moreno, but Moreno appears to be a little bit of a tougher runner inside.
3rd and 8. And Matthew Gutierrez has an arm, a very good arm.
And he does have an uncovered receiver. 3 wideouts to the left and 2 Central Spartans are over here.
Gutierrez drops back, looks to his right. He's hit and sacked. And that would be Jared Martin on the sack.
Yeah, Jared Martin makes his presence known.
Jared Martin drops Gutierrez. You think the Spartans are a bit fired up, John?
Well, after that fumble recovery and then right there on that third down sack all the way back for a -6 to the 37, Brawley will now punt.
The long count. Snap is back. Good snap. The kick is away. High, beautiful kick. Fielded with a fair catch at the 30-yard line. And
Joshua Garcia on the fair catch back there. Sure-handed Garcia. So Central takes over right where they did after they took a fair catch on the kickoff, Carroll, right at the 30-yard line.
So the Spartans will come out. 1st and 10. Luis Jimenez has Nico Vieska next to him. Fires over the middle. It's intercepted. And rambling is Camille. Camille down to the 20, the 10. Touchdown. Camille stepped in front. Christopher Camille.
We have a flag down right at the 2-yard line, so I would assume the play will stand, and then there'll be some kind of foul after the touchdown was scored, although we'll have to wait and see. Camille just would not be tackled. There were several Spartans that were trying to get a hold of him, and so we've had 2 turnovers already here in the early going, Carroll, and both have led to points. Unless this is going to come back, we'll have to wait. We do not have a signal yet.
Preliminary signal I got was a face mask. But John Seaman will tell us. The Wildcats lining up for the point after.
So if there was a face mask, then it's going to go on the kickoff. So, yes, the touchdown counts.
The point after attempt that would tie this. Snap is high, but it's brought down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We've got 7:31 to play in the first quarter, and it is Brawley 7, Southwest 7.
Chinese
Centro.
burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
Well, turnover is fair play. The Wildcats, Christopher Camille, who has been their stud on defense, with the pick, turns it into 6. And the point after brings us to a tie.
Incidental face mask, Carroll, so they actually get 5 yards. So Brawley will kick off from the 45. Let's see if they try to put it in the end zone or if they do another one of those high pooch kicks. They're very good at that. We saw that at Southwest as well.
Vincent Memorial leads Calexico 7-0. Imperial leads Southwest 7-0.
And that Vincent Calexico game, Carroll, for them has just as much emotion as this game does here for these 2 schools.
Though the rivalry is not quite as long.
Not nearly as long, but between those kids, it is just as fierce.
High, deeper kick this time. Fielded at the 15, looking for some running room. Turns it upfield, and block in the back is going to mean it doesn't mean anything. That was not a smart move.
So now we have another penalty. This one will be the first infraction against the Spartans. This is going to put them back deep Carroll, one of the reasons why Luis Jimenez, a sophomore quarterback, has been starting the last few games is he's only had one interception this year. That right there was obviously devastating. So let's see if the coaches can talk with him, particularly Danny Alicorn, get him settled down, let him play. So now Centro's moving back, and it looks like it's going to be inside the 10-yard line. We'll see where they finally stop.
They'll spot it right on the 10. So the Spartans start deep in their own territory.
And you could certainly see on that interception, Brawley well scouted Central. They knew exactly where that ball was going, and they were all over that play. The referees continue to discuss what's going on as now John Seaman wants to go over and have a talk with the Brawley coaching staff.
So we'll take a quick timeout as the officials explain the action.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu. Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
Well, whatever the explanation to the Brawley bench was, now the officials come over and they will explain it to the Spartan bench. I don't think either coach is particularly happy, John.
Yeah, and they're still getting the discussion down there with the head official and David Pena. Now they're ready to go. Carroll, I did want to mention that Christopher Camille, good for him to get that interception, pick 6. He was the one that got beat both times last year in those final 3 minutes, the 2 touchdowns that the Spartans scored.
1st and 10, Spartans from their own 10-yard line. It is Viesco. Viesco up the middle. He'll pick up about 2. And he is brought down by a number of Wildcats.
Yeah. Brawley has that interior defense. They have 3 down linemen, then they have 2 defensive ends and 2 linebackers right over the football. So they're very tough to run in between tackles.
And again, this time it's an off-tackle slant. And Viesca again. And Viesca gets it out to the 17-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, that was a first down saving tackle by the Wildcats. Christopher Camillo, again, calling his name as Viesca was going to get that first down, but he cut his legs off underneath him.
Now the Wildcats jump offside, and that should give the Spartans a first down.
That time the sophomore quarterback Jimenez changed the cadence, and the Wildcats, not 1, but 3 of them jumped off, so that will give Central its 2nd first down.
Spot the ball on the 22-yard line.
In a game like this, you take first downs any way you can. Central right back up on the line of scrimmage.
6 minutes to play in the first quarter. It is 7-7. Viesca, the single setback. Viesca with the handoff. Viesca goes off tackle, slides through, and he'll pick up about 6 yards. Flag comes in way behind the play from the side judge.
As did a helmet. A helmet came out, rolled all the way back to the 25-yard line. Let's see if that had anything to do with the penalty.
Face mask is what the initial call is. That's, I think, why the helmet went flying.
Yeah, let's see if it's the 5-yard or the 15. So we're trying to, looks like.
Personal foul, face mask, that'll be a 15-yarder. As I said about the Spartan that got called for the block in the back, not a smart play.
And that is a spot foul, so they're going to move the ball all the way out to the 48-yard line. So that's a pickup of 18, 15 on that, and 3 yards on the run.
43-yard line.
43-yard line.
1st and 10. Vieska up the middle. Vieska will get it out to the 45. Pickup of 2.
And that time you saw that the Wildcats did pinch. Their 2 defensive tackles just collapsed. So they're starting to get a feel for that run with Vieska, but Central does that now, hoping to open up the outside so they can attack on the flanks.
And that's the whole idea. Estrada wide on the right side. He is picked up by Abraham Sabalos. Rolling to his right, looking, dumps it off. It is complete at the 50 and spins. He'll be about 3 yards short of the first down. That was Miguel Vega. Vega has turned into the favorite target of Jimenez tonight.
He's got all 3 of the catches. Jimenez 3 for 4 for 4 if you want to count the interception. That brings up 3rd and about 4.
On the 49-yard line. Full house backfield.
Looks like the Wildcat.
It's the Wildcat with Vieska. Will get the first down on 2nd and 3rd effort as he'll get it down into Wildcat territory at the 46-yard line.
5-yard pickup for Vieska. He's got all the carries so far tonight. And without a doubt, Carroll, this is the best we've seen that young man run and the best we've seen the Central line block.
And he's picking up that yardage against a very, very good defense.
Now Jimenez back out in the Wildcat with Vieska to his left. Double wideouts right and left.
Snap back, looking, dumps it off. It is complete on that little flanker screen. Eludes 1 tackle, can't elude 4 other Wildcats. I believe that was Vega again, John.
Yeah, trying to wait and see. The young man comes out. He was the one that went in motion.
That was Vega.
So he's got them all so far, meaning all the catches for the Spartans. That one went for about 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Spot the ball on the 43-yard line. Vega goes in motion. Hand off to Vieska. Vieska goes off left tackle, finds a room, breaks a tackle, and picks up a first down all the way down to the 33-yard line. Nico Vieska.
9-yard pickup, and I'm sure, Carroll, that the Brawley coaching staff is surprised that this young man is having the success. As we mentioned, Brawley with an excellent run defense all year. They've given up less than 100 yards every game except the one game they lost on the ground.
3 minutes to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 in the Bell game, the 80th edition of the Bell game. Morales goes in motion. They dump it off to Morales, and Morales carries it down to the 27-yard line.
So Emiliano Morales, finally the first other than Vega to make a catch. His first catch of the evening. Looks like
Spartans no huddle.
Pick up a 4 on that as well.
From the shotgun with Vieska right behind Jimenez. Vieska with the football, dances in, dances out, and gets it very close to a first down. Forward progress to the 22. That is a first down.
Central with 5 first downs on the evening. Brawley yet to get a first down. They didn't need to on their touchdown. That was the one that was interception for a pick 6.
And as long as you have the ball, unless you throw a pick 6, the other team can't score.
7-yard pickup for Vieska.
Everybody in tight for the Spartans, the Wildcat. It is Vieska. Nothing inside. He takes it to the outside, and he is tackled securely by Brandon Porras.
Yeah, Brandon Boers is a 3-year starter as a junior. As a freshman, got starting time on the offense. Now he plays both ways, offense and defense. He is one of their best, if not their best players.
It will be 2nd and 10.
Central does not have a real strong field goal unit, so I doubt if they would kick a field goal from this position.
Snap back, rolling to his right, looking downfield, and he caught it as he was falling down. A nice catch by Miguel Vega. Spotted on the 15. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
8-yard pickup for Vega. As here we see, Carroll, that Vega didn't call his name hardly at all in the first year, and he's got 5 catches already here in the first quarter.
And it is Viesca, and he'll get it down back to the line of scrimmage anyway before he is stopped.
So now you have decision time.
Joel Ruiz on the stop.
Let's see if Centro's going to let the clock run out here, Carroll.
It's exactly what they will do, and that will be the end of the first quarter of play. At the end of one quarter, it is Brawley 7, Central 7.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro.
Hi, I'm Craig Lyon, principal at Central Union High School. Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing up.
Well, John, let's update some scores. Vincent Memorial leads Calexico 7-0. Southwest leads Imperial 8-7. First quarter score, Mickey Dale, George Grijalva, bringing you that game on the website, kxoradio.com, while we bring you the 80th edition of the Bell Game on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the KXO YouTube channel.
Central is going for it. Triple wide outs to the right.
4th and 3 from the 15. Jimenez back, firing into the end zone all alone for the catch is Emiliano Morales. I have no idea where the Wildcat defender was. The closest one was 20 yards away, John.
Well, they had triple wideouts, and the 2 inside men cut across the field running towards the post. Emiliano Morales just stayed at the line of scrimmage, then took off, and all the defensive players went with the first 2. All he had to do was catch it, which he did.
Well, the thing that scares you sometimes is when you're that wide open and nobody near you, you get a little bit excited. Snap back, kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:55 to play in the first half. Just underway in the second quarter. It is Central 14, Brawley 7.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
And we're set for the kickoff. It is a kick that will be fielded at about the 17-yard line. Looking for some running room, dancing around, running down the sidelines, and then hit and pushed Out of bounds at about the 38, 39-yard line along the Spartan sideline.
That's an excellent return, Carroll. And I believe, on that return, that was Abraham Ceballos. He is a senior playing in this ball game.
It is 1st and 10. Wildcats excellent field position on their own 38-yard line. Wildcats, everybody in tight. Under center is Gutierrez. Gutierrez pitches back to Moreno. Moreno will be stopped.
Yeah, now it's going to be decision time for Central. Do you make it 2nd and 9, or do you take the motion penalty? We'll make it 1st and 15. So we'll see what Central does, as Moreno actually got out of his stance before the snap. You can't do that. That's why it's called motion.
Well, actually, you can get out of your stance, but you can't move forward.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Yes.
And Central has accepted the penalty.
It'll be 1st and 15, spotted on the 33-yard line.
So uncharacteristic, Brawley making the mistakes tonight. Central did have the one huge turnover, of course, that led to Brawley's only touchdown, but Brawley's had several penalties. Remember the jumping offside when Central had a 3rd and long, and Brawley jumped offside, gave him a 1st down. So Brawley needs to get rid of the jitters, Carroll. They need to settle down.
1st and 15, Matthew Gutierrez from the shotgun. Moreno right next to him. Gutierrez on the option will keep the ball and turn it outside. He is tripped up, gets a couple of yards, and in on the tackle was Emiliano Morales, rather.
Excellent run by the quarterback, Gutierrez. He did pick up 7 yards, 5 plus 2 more, brought it all the way out to the 40-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 8. Now, Matthew Gutierrez played on this field last year as a starter. You remember in the playoff game when the other Gutierrez quarterback was not eligible to play, Matthew came in and actually led his team to a couple drives, although they lost the game. So this is not unfamiliar ground for him. He's been here before, as has his running mate, Moreno.
And they're both juniors. 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Gutierrez is chased out of the pocket, turns it upfield, looking downfield, fires deep downfield, got a man open and overthrows him. He threw that ball 70 yards in the air, John.
Yeah, unfortunately, his receiver was only 60 yards downfield. Central only rushed 3. That means they had 8 people drop back. So they were waiting for Brawley. And we've mentioned the last few years, it's not the same Brawley team that would run the ball 45 times a game and throw it 2 or 3 times. They're more balanced now. And Moreno, as a running back, has done a good job. And then his running mate, Gutierrez, has done a very good job of completing passes. He completes passes at a near 70% rate.
Oh, yes. Yes. And that's a facet of the game that years ago you didn't have to adjust to with the Brawley Wildcats.
Now Brawley has triple wideouts to the left, and once again one of them is uncovered.
Gutierrez looks, fires, it is complete, and that'll be good for a 1st down. The pass completed to Brandon Porras. Porras, also a junior.
So that is their first completed pass of the night, and they saw exactly what we see up here, Carroll, being uncovered. Porras was able to take it across midfield to Central's 49. So now for the first time, Brawley's offense has penetrated Central territory. Excellent job by the Brawley coaching staff, seeing what was going on and getting the wide open Porras a chance to get a 1st down on a 3rd and 8.
Double wide right, double wide left. Gutierrez has Moreno with him. Now the Spartans drop back in coverage. The handoff is to Moreno, and Moreno is stuffed. He'll get a yard as Jared Martin planted him.
Yeah,
and
far,
no gain.
Yeah, so far Moreno is not having nearly the success he's had in all 8 games they've played this year. Even the game that they lost, he still ran for more than 100 yards. So as of right now, the Central defense is being very tight down there, right at the line of scrimmage.
It's an intensity they will have to maintain throughout the entire game. Double wide right, wide side of the field. And it'll be a pitch back to Moreno. Moreno will surge forward to the 45-yard line, pick up a 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that was the Brawley of the old days where they would run that pitch. So as soon as Gutierrez not taking it off the tee, took it at the Wildcat or the shotgun, got the snap, he took one step forward and then pitched it out to Moreno, who was in motion, had a full head of steam, but a nice tackle out there by the Spartans defensive backfield.
3rd and 6. Gutierrez barks out the signals. Spartans show blitz and then back off. Gutierrez drops back, gets a pass underway. It is caught by Porras, and it is good for a first down.
Porras has both catches so far, and both of them have been for the only first downs Brawley has.
And again, we pointed out that Gutierrez, Moreno, Porras, they're all juniors.
Yes, this is not what you'd consider a veteran team. They'll be back next year as well, as many of these Spartans will.
1st and 10, Wildcats on the Spartan 39-yard line. Gutierrez back to pass, fires deep downfield, got a man wide open, and he overthrows him. And the Wildcats, Julian Daniloff, had 10 yards on the defender, but Gutierrez, under pressure, overthrew him.
Yes, so right now the difference in the game, Carroll, is the fact that when Central had a wide open receiver in the end zone, they were able to hit him with Jimenez. Gutierrez has missed his 2 wide open receivers who had a chance to score.
And a lot of that has to do with the pressure that the Spartans have always maintained on a passer. 2nd and 10.
Double wideouts right and left.
Spread formation from the shotgun. Gutierrez back to pass, looks, fires. It is complete. And with a hard hit after the catch.
Yeah, that's Abraham Ceballos.
Ceballos brought down. He's down at the 27. That's good for the first down. And so many years I can remember, John, you'd see 3 Brawley passes in a game.
Yeah, we've just seen 3 right here in a row that's picked up 3 straight first downs. So it's not the same Brawley team. Brawley now knocking on the door, trying to get the tying touchdown.
Ceballos wide on the right side. Spartans jump.
It looks like this time the Spartans are the ones who are going to come offside.
Somebody trying to anticipate the snap count. So it'll remain first down, but it'll be 1st and 5 now.
And this is a typical Brawley drive, with the exception of instead of just grinding it away on the ground, they're completing those 3rd down passes that are picking up the big first downs.
They're grinding away in the air. 6:30 to play in the first half. Gutierrez back again, chased out of the pocket, and then he'll be hit. Breaks away from the tackle, stays on his feet, gets it down to the 20-yard line before he is knocked down. He broke free of the tackle of Jared Martin.
It looked like he was going to be sacked, and he just refused to go down. So now it's going to be
2nd and 4. He picked up a yard, so he didn't get sacked.
Yep, that 1 yard, though, that's a big one. Very makeable 2nd and 4 here. Let's see if they go in the end zone, realizing that they have a shot with 2 more downs to go.
14-7, Central leads. Imperial leads Southwest 15-8.
Sounds like they're getting 2-point conversions in that football game up there.
A little bit of
veer formation now.
And the handoff is in the middle to Richards, Zane Richards. Zane Richards will pick up a first down. all the way down to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 11.
Brawley's best run from scrimmage for 10 yards, and that looked like Brawley, that veer with the double backs, the quick handoff as the quarterback, not in the shotgun, but right up under center. Now Brawley huddling up, getting the play in from the sidelines.
So the play comes in. 1st and 10 from the Spartan 11.
And they're in the veer again, Carroll.
Under center, Gutierrez takes a snap, hands off again to Richards. Richards down to the 5-yard line. Jared Martin on the tackle. Also in there was Josiel Rodriguez.
Now, they can get a first down, meaning the Wildcats. If they get the ball inside the 1-yard line without scoring, it will be a first down. Once again, Gutierrez getting the call in from the side, comes out to the huddle, relays the play. I'm certain they're going to stick in the veer formation with both Richards and Moreno back there.
You got it.
Gutierrez needs to get his shoe tied.
The Wildcats, Centro will take the timeout. Okay, timeout Centro, 4:03 to play in the first half. It is Centro 14, Brawley 7.
AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
Central leads in the Brawley Wildcats 14-7. The Wildcats have a 2nd down, 5 yards to go from the 6-yard line.
Double wideouts to the left, and one of them is uncovered. Let's see if Brawley goes that way.
Gutierrez will keep it and be bulldogged for about a 2-yard loss as he, on the option, faked it to Moreno, kept the ball, and is stopped for about a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd and about 7.
If Brawley does not get in a makeable 4th down play, they do have a very good field goal kicking unit. And Carroll, if they run that same formation with 2 wideouts to the left and one of them uncovered, I would certainly expect them to try to exploit that on the Spartans.
3rd and 7. Play comes in from the sideline and then is discussed in the huddle. And they come out with a full house backfield. Richards and Moreno flank Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the snap, fires into the flat. It is caught and stopped short. It picked up maybe a yard.
Yeah, that time Central really baited the Wildcats. I kept saying that they had an uncovered receiver, and they did, but right before the snap, the cornerback who was not out there was right off of the defensive end. He went out there and made an open field tackle that, although the pass was completed, it went for no gain.
A loss of a yard, actually, John. It'll be 4th and between 6 and 7 yards. Spot the ball close to the 8. And coach taking a lot of time. He's going to go for it. And now the Wildcats will take a timeout as they want to discuss this. 2:21 to play in the first half. It is Central 14, Brawley 7.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Big play here, John.
Yes.
It is 4th and about 7.
This could be the ball game, Carroll, in a way, because Brawley will get the second half kick. So they could score now, and if they score at that second half kick, they'll be in control.
From the shotgun, Gutierrez takes it, drops back, looking, fires into the end zone. It is caught, and it is not in the end zone, but it is a first down, I believe.
Yeah, that was Porras on the catch. He is their best player. And it will be a first down. So Central not able to keep Gutierrez and Porras from picking up that first down.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Big play.
Expect to see the power, and that was just a one step. He was standing in the shotgun. As soon as he got it, he just went back on his back foot, fired a strike to Porras, who made the catch.
I would expect to see the ball handed to Moreno.
Ceballos, Moreno, anybody can score here. Maybe he can keep it himself.
Moreno with the handoff. Moreno stopped at the line of scrimmage. Second effort. But there's flags flying in all over the place.
Yeah, I believe that was Richards, Carroll, who took the ball in the end zone as he was one of the veer backs. Now we have to wait and see. Obviously a huge call here. Neither side celebrating, so we can't tell what the penalty is or who it's against.
I'm not sure he made it into the end zone before the whistle blew, but
you don't throw a flag for that.
No. It is a sideline infraction against the Wildcats. That is not a penalty. Right now, it is a warning.
But they're moving the ball back, so there must have been a warning.
Okay, there must have been an earlier warning. So it'll be first and goal from the 6.
Again, you feel that Brawley has that ability to go ahead and pass if they need to, if it gets critical here, but they're going to try to run this ball in. They're trying to make a statement.
Richards and
Moreno are back there.
Moreno is in the backfield. Gutierrez from the shotgun pitches to Moreno. Moreno will get it down inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line before he is stopped. Diamondbacks lead Texas 5-3 in the top of the 8th. John, do you have a favorite in that?
No, not really. Just expected a good game. No one thought Arizona had a chance, but I thought back in the spring that they had a good team, a lot better than most people thought. Now, I didn't think they'd be in the World Series, but they've got a good young team with some real good players and pitchers.
Pitching, that's the name of the game. It is second and goal.
Single back Moreno next to Gutierrez, who moves him now to the other right side.
It's on the 4-yard line. Gutierrez has the snap, looking into the end zone. He's hit. He'll be sacked by about 8 Spartans.
So he wanted to go to Porras, and that time, and we've got a timeout. I believe Brawley is going to take the timeout. They do.
Timeout on the field, 42 seconds to play in the first half. It is 14-7. Central leads the Brawley Wildcats. And we'll be back.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
So far, John, penalties have played a big part in this game.
For both sides.
When you consider it's the 10th game of the year for these teams, some of the penalties shouldn't have happened.
Brawley seems like they've been down this end of the field for about an hour and a half. But right now, they're looking at 3rd and goal. What started as a 1st and goal from the 1 is now a 3rd and goal from the 11. That's the problem with the passing attack. You can get sacked, and it can move you back.
Gutierrez from the shotgun. Moreno is next to him. They're sharing information. Here come the Spartans. Gutierrez fires into the end zone. It goes incomplete, intended for Porras.
And Gutierrez got dumped all the way back on the 25-yard line. Not a late hit.
No,
Spartans had a lot of pressure.
It was pressure. As he released the ball, he got hit. That's a good, clean hit.
Now, Gutierrez is over on the sidelines. Now you've got 4th and goal from the 11. Obviously, they're within field goal range. They have kicked 7 field goals this year, but it looks like they're not going to try to get 3 today. They want to go ahead and go for the 6.
We've got 39 seconds to play in the first half. 4th and goal. The ball is on the 12-yard line.
I would look for them to go to Porras. He is by far their best receiver and their best athlete out there right now. Double wideouts right and left. Excuse me, Carroll.
Takes the snap, drops back, looking, fires into the end zone. It's tipped away. The pass intended for Julian Daniloff tipped by the Spartan defender. And I think that was Miguel Vega again. And that means the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 on their own 12-yard line with 34 seconds to play in the first half.
Brawley's already burned 2 timeouts, so I'd expect this Central to take this lead into the half. Brawley will get the second half kick, but after going 4 for 5, the last 3 pass attempts were all incomplete by Gutierrez.
And it looks like the Spartans, I think, are going to be happy just to take a knee. Nope, they're running a play, and
that's Viesca.
A 3-yard gain out to the 15.
Viesca running the ball out, picking up some yards, and that should be the final play here.
That is. That'll do it. The Spartans don't want to risk anything. So, we've got 1 half of football in the book, and it is the Central Spartans with a 14-7 lead at the half. John Driffill is working on all the numbers, and we will share them with you coming up. And also, we will be visiting with Sandy. We'll be here, and we'll be talking about what she's doing these days, since she's no longer athletic director. She is retired. The Great Spartan Band will be performing, and we will build some numbers and information for you when we continue our halftime show.
Build your future at CET, the Center for Employment Training. CET has been serving farm workers since 1967. Grants are available so that farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. See if you qualify at cetweb.edu. Farm worker admissions. Enroll at any time. All programs can be completed in under a year. And job placement assistance and financial aid are available to those who qualify. Call 800-533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu. The future is in your hands.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also AZA Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Hi, this is Daryl Pechtel, Director of Adult Student and Parent Services at the Centro Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build a habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
We are at the half, the 80th edition of the Bell Game. It is the Central Spartans with a 14-7 lead over the Brawley Wildcats. And with us in the booth at halftime, Sandy Nusheim. And, okay, different perspective. You're not the AD, haven't been the AD. You're not coaching, but you're on the board. And I know your heart bleeds blue, right?
My heart bleeds blue, but let me tell you what, it's getting a little purple in there as well because I've been doing a lot of things going over to Southwest, supporting their athletic programs and also all the great things they're doing with Savapa and things that they have there at Southwest. So maybe my roots are a little bit deeper here at Central, but I really enjoy that I'm getting to know the programs and things that go on at Southwest as well.
Well, and as we have pointed out, you've got 5 high schools.
5 high schools. Yeah, we're busy. You know, the Visual Academy that's going on now, Mount Signal, and you have Desert Oasis, and you have Phoenix Horizon, plus Southwest and Central. So the Central Utah High School District is very busy educating the students here in El Centro.
Well, we talked about Southwest has been, that's the new school, and they're, 27, 28 years?
Yeah, 94 about that time. Yeah, still the new school. Yeah.
And it's at the point, I know that there is a lot of work being done on that campus because it's 28 years since it was built and things wear out.
Right, things wear out a little bit. Here at Central was 1908 and Southwest, a little bit after that. But we've got, hopefully be breaking ground pretty soon on that, the swimming pool that's going to be the aquatic center. So we're set to go with that and the plans. We approved those at the last board meeting, and it's going to be an awesome facility. Those of you that have the opportunity to see the facility at Granite Hills High School where they host the CIF swim finals, it'll be mirrored to what that facility offers for our students.
Well, we have been to Granite Hills, and of course Granite Hills was here earlier this year. And see if I can get you an update. Imperial leads Southwest 22-14. So they're playing there for the Fireman's Helmet.
Fireman's Helmet, yes, right across town here.
And so that looks like that's a pretty good game there, too.
Looks like it. And, the game that we're going on here at Cal Jones Field, what a game. It's the Bell game. They'll say, well, you throw all the records out and what we're doing up to that time and who has allowed so many yards per carry and that type of thing, because you have a great atmosphere. You have 2 wonderful communities. The Brawley Wildcats coming down, and you have the Central Spartans. And what a great venue to do this in, and they're doing a great job. Both schools are doing a good job representing and supporting their student athletes.
Well, I see that your balcony is full.
Yeah, that balcony is. I took my son came in from St. Louis, and we came this morning for the assembly, and he had the opportunity to see that facility in the STEM building. It's just awesome. It's just amazing to see what the kids are able to. I mean, some of those labs in there are better than what I had at university, so it's such a nice facility.
It is, and it will be here for a long time, and I know that you're still developing those programs.
Yes.
The STEM program, of course, and the great Spartan Band on the campus here, Savapa, and the performing arts venues at Southwest.
Right, and then they have a new program that kind of is like our Law Academy here. It's a cadet program that they incorporated this year at Southwest High School, and that's something new. That's going to be a great program as well. The Principal Joe Derma has taken that under his wing, no pun intended for the Eagles. But yeah, he's doing a great job with that program.
You got to like Joe, and as I told Dr. Farkas the other day, Joe rides the bicycle around the campus. I said, and I told Joe this, had I been a student, you're riding a bicycle, that bicycle would have been up a flagpole at some point.
Yeah.
But he has the respect on that campus.
That's right, and he gets around on that bicycle.
Yes, he does.
Mr. Derm, we need you over here in the cave building, and he's way over there by the gym, and he's there quickly. So
yes.
he gets on that bike, and he does a great job.
That's the military training.
I guess so.
Okay.
We need you here, and he's there in a heartbeat.
Okay,
yeah.
So how's your old man doing?
He's doing well. He's right over there. We have his big martial arts camp coming up. November 10th, 11th, and 12th, where he's bringing...
Well, he's into martial arts? I didn't know that.
He's bringing his grandmaster from Okinawa, Japan. We have over 220 participants, so we're really looking forward to sharing his knowledge of the Okinawan tradition of martial arts.
And next, you're going to tell me he's into soccer, too.
Oh, just a little bit.
Okay.
Springtime, we fight over the TV, who gets the big TV, because it's softball season, and that's my season. And soccer, to me, I don't know, Carroll, soccer is 12 months out of the year, but just give me the 3 months in the spring and we'll be okay.
That's good enough. Now, we had we were able to broadcast one of the flag football games. That is an incredible sport.
Isn't that amazing?
It is incredible. These ladies, from your years coaching, my years umpiring, the ladies are better at that game than the boys are.
I've always felt, but maybe because I never had the opportunity to coach young men, but I always felt that the girls played with a little bit more heart. And they would say, well, why are you crying? I said, well, you're crying because you play with more heart. So I think they're doing a great job. It's the fastest growing sport in California. The CIF, at our last executive committee meeting, there's over 500 flag football teams just in California. And
there's 7 in the Valley.
It's awesome.
Yes.
And they're not just powder puff football. It's not powder puff football.
We made that perfectly clear. This is not powder puff.
No, the skill set on those young ladies, yes, and the determination and the play and the grit. And, it's a little bit of tackle every once in a while, but they're doing an outstanding job. And my hat's off to the officials as well, because they have to make that transition from 11-man football to flag football and different rules. And I just admire that they can make that from calling a flag football game one, and 20 minutes later we have a regular football game, and then you go back. So it's like they're doing an outstanding job.
Well, what John Seaman told me, the beginning of the flag season, they'd get a memo almost every day with a revision or an interpretation, and would have to adjust. And well, you know how I feel about the officials, but
I know. So you got to be one to love them.
And it's an incredibly tough job on these guys.
It is, and then they're doing a great job. I mean, what else can I say? They're shorthanded, but I think every game, whether it was on a Thursday night, a Friday night, or moving it up, every game was covered.
Yep.
Mr. Phillips did a great job, and all the white hats doing a great job, and you just have to hats off to. I don't know how they did it.
And there are some ladies officiating.
Yes.
And I am so happy to see that it's necessary.
It is. And I think, they're calling Pop Warner games on Saturdays as well. So it's like, do they ever go home? It must be like an athletic director. They're never home.
I bet they don't get the phone calls you used to get.
But I'm sure they hear about it in the stands and this and that. But, yeah, it's just...
Well, what's funny is you get an officials meeting together, and there's more yelling and screaming in the meeting than there is on the field.
Yes, I agree. I agree. My husband always says there's 3 teams on the field. There's the home, the visitor, and there's the officiating team. And if the game is smooth, whether it's a soccer match, baseball, softball, football, if the game is smooth, you don't even realize that there are officials on the field, and that's a good game.
The biggest compliment you can pay to an official is, I didn't know you were there.
I didn't know you were there. Exactly.
Okay. Anything new coming down?
No, just busy. I'm on the CIF executive committee. There's 13 people in the state of California. I'm lucky to be one of those 13 people making decisions, board policies. We meet once a month, Sacramento, San Francisco. We just came back from LA. So that was good. Last night we had the induction of the San Diego High School Coaches Legends. I was fortunate enough and honored, very humbly speaking, to be a part of that organization and into that group last night. So it was an amazing ceremony. Emma Jones came down from Salt Lake City, and she was there. I had Stephanie and Ruben Yebla were there. Of course, my kids were there. My sister from Indiana came down. So it was awesome. I'm
well deserved.
Thank you.
I have worked with you for how many years?
Well, when our hair was brown, how about that?
Well, I'm not sure mine ever was, but, and always so easy to work with when you were coaching. And then as athletic director, you were in control.
Well, I didn't get on to you too much when I was a coach, did I? I stayed in my box. I was good.
In all the years, I've only ever tossed one coach. In all the years I have officiated. And as I've told people, it's because I never made a mistake.
No, of course not. Of course
that
not.
And I'm deaf.
And I've watched you call some big games, too. I caught CIF finals. I've seen you call games like that. So, but no, you were always fair. That's what you have to be in those games.
You're colorblind and deaf.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have big ears when you're a referee.
What?
Yeah, so you know officials, yeah. No conejos, yeah.
You got any predictions for the second half?
I think, I don't want to say whoever scores last is going to win. But, 14-7 game, both teams playing tough, and everybody's healthy. As long as nobody gets hurt, shake hands after the game, and we're good.
Okay. We appreciate the visit, Sandy.
Thank you so much.
Say hi to Nabil.
I will.
Always great when I have a chance to visit with him, and it's so seldom anymore. We don't see him.
Yeah, he's busy.
Okay.
I see him every once in a while.
Okay.
All right.
We appreciate the visit. We're at the half. It is Centro leading Brawley 14-7.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours, and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
We are at the half. It is Central 14 and Brawley 7. John Driffill, what kind of numbers have we got?
Well, the numbers don't really show what's going on down there in the field. There's been some really hard hitting. There's been excellent plays, both sides of the football, offense, defense, interception, fumble recovery, which led to points in both instances. Brawley Wildcats, let's take a look. Rushing the football, they ran the ball 12 times from scrimmage for only 16 yards, but you have to factor in the sacks. The quarterback, Gutierrez, was sacked 3 times for -16, so Brawley actually ran the ball what would have been 9 times for 32 yards, and that's almost 4 yards of rush attempt, so that's not bad. That's Brawley-like. But when you factor in the sacks, 12 carries, 16 total yards. 5 for 9 was Matthew Gutierrez for 34 yards, giving Brawley a very uncharacteristic 50 total yards. Brawley had 5 first downs. The huge fumble really wasn't a fumble. It was a muff punt. Central took the opening kick, did not get a first down. They punted, and then Brawley muffed the kick, and it was recovered by the Central Spartans' Seth Mendez. We'll be back to take a look at what Central's done after this.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m., serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
Okay, John, what do we got?
Brawley has run the ball for 16 yards. They've thrown 5 for 9 for 34 yards, giving them 50. Central, on the other side, has run the ball 12 times from scrimmage for 51 yards. 7 for 8 is the sophomore quarterback, Luis Jimenez, for 38 yards and a touchdown, giving Central 89 total yards. They did have 7 first downs to Brawley's 5. They did have that 1 interception, so Jimenez is actually 8 for 8. Unfortunately, 1 went for a touchdown for the Brawley Wildcats. We'll be back to take a look at the individual stats after this timeout.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
Welcome back to Cal Jones Field. We're in the 80th edition of the Bell game between Brawley and Central. The Spartans have a 14-7 halftime lead. Before we get to the individual stats, I did want to mention, Carroll, that we talked about a week ago or 2 weeks ago when Tyler Sycon was on the Brawley side of the football field as one of their coaches. And let's welcome back to the Central sideline, Tadeo Campbell. He is one of the assistant coaches now, helping out on Coach David Pena's staff. And both of those two young men played against each other on this field and at Southwest. So it's good to see Tadeo Campbell come back and give back to his community and to his high school. We mentioned that Central has run the ball 12 times from scrimmage. Pretty easy to guess who did that. It was Nico Vieska, all 12 carries for 51 yards and the touchdown. 7 for 8 was Jimenez on the first half for passing. 5 of those went to the Miguel Vega, to the Spartans, Miguel Vega, and I'm getting a little tongue-tied because Miguel hadn't really been playing much before, and all of a sudden he's the featured receiver as he caught 10 passes for 19 yards. And then the other 2 receptions was made by Emiliano Morales. He had 2 catches for 19 yards and the touchdown. We'll be back with more after this.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro. Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro.
Well, we're at the half where the Central Spartans in the 80th annual Bell game lead the visiting Brawley Wildcats 14-7. Brawley will get the second half kick. Some of the intrigue still left for us to decide is Central going to kick it deep, going to kick it straight up in the air, pooch it? How are they going to do it? They've had several different styles of kicks. The most effective has been when they've just pooched the ball up in the air and then surrounded the Brawley player, but both times Brawley got the football in good field position near the 35 to the 40-yard line. Also, Carroll, it's going to be interesting to see what kinds of defensive and offensive changes both sides have made. Coach Van Diver Rubio, the head coaches for Brawley, won the offense, won the defense. I'm sure they were working during halftime trying to figure out some things. And the same with the Central Spartan staff of Coach David Pena, talking about what they're going to do now, how they're going to continue to attack this Brawley team. The first half, you could see that there was a little bit of nerves, jitters involved. I'm guessing that that's all gone by now, Carroll. They've been playing. It's almost 8:30, so we should see second half here. Very anticipated second half on our part as the Brawley Wildcats are now ready to take their kick, and we do see that they do have up in the 35-yard line their best return man and their best halfback, and that is Matthew Moreno. So they are expecting Central to try to pooch it. They want him to get the football. Also up there with Moreno is Christopher Camillo, who had the interception pick 6.
So we're set for the kickoff. It is high school football live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro. Deep kick. And it is fielded at the 15-yard line, out to the 20, 25, out to about the 28-yard line. On the return, Abraham Ceballos.
And Carroll, that time you could see for the first time tonight, the wind seems to be playing a factor here. That ball really started fluttering with the wind coming from the west, held it up, and Ceballos took the kick, and by the time he had it, the Spartans were down there. So this is actually the worst field position Brawley's had tonight to start a drive, their own 28.
1st and 10. Halftime score, Imperial leads Southwest 22-14. And Vincent leads Calexico 7-0. Matthew Gutierrez will take the snap, hands off. No, he doesn't. He fakes the handoff. He'll keep it. Carries across the 40. He's at the 50 and pushed out of bounds by Jared Martin at about the 38-yard line.
So there we see an adjustment, Carroll. They ran for 16 yards in the first half. Right there, they took the ball on the 28. Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds on the 39. So quarterback read, where he did not give the ball on the sweep to Richards, took it himself. Central was not ready for that. Huge pickup on first down for the Wildcats.
1st and 10, Wildcats on the Spartan 39-yard line.
33-yard pickup, double their first half production in one play, Carroll.
Gutierrez from the shotgun. Porras goes in motion. Fake it to Porras, hand it off to Moreno. Moreno will be hit after a gain of about a yard, maybe a yard.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Moreno's having some kind of trouble, perhaps physically, because he just doesn't seem to be running as hard as we've seen him this year and last year. Usually on that kind of play, he would just blast into the middle of the people trying to tackle him and push him forward, and that time he started kind of dancing around and did not avail himself very much yards.
Well, it could be the Spartan defense is causing him a problem. 2nd and 9. Gutierrez drops back to pass. Chase dumps off a little screen underneath, and it is complete to Richards. Zane Richards will pick up 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Just across the 35, call it the 34-yard line in Spartan territory. 3rd and 5.
That is the first pass attempt and completion here in the second half. We would assume with the lead in the Spartans' hands that the Wildcats are looking at 4-down territory.
Gutierrez drops back again, dumps it off, and it is complete to Porras. He'll be stopped about a yard short of the first down.
So now we will see that 4th down, but we certainly would expect them to go for it, as actually they're going to call the ball on the 32-yard line. That's only a 2-yard pickup, Carroll.
So it'll be 4th and about 3. Too far for a field goal, too close to punt. And besides, we've seen their inclination is to go for it anyway.
And let's see if they go back to that first play that started this drive, Carroll. Let Gutierrez do a option read, whether he's going to pitch it, take it himself.
He's got Richards and Moreno behind him, pro set backfield. And it is to Richards. He is stopped. Big hit in the middle there.
That did not fool anybody. I'm sure if Gutierrez could do that again, he would have pulled it back out and take off running himself, because the entire Spartans either were in the huddle and knew what the play was or just anticipated and guessed right, because not only did he not get a first down, he was stopped for no gain.
And it was Malachi Okan who stuffed him, and it's exactly what he did. Came up a yard short of the line of scrimmage. It is handoff right up the middle, and shooting through for an 8-yard gain is Nico Viesca.
Viesca picking up right where he left off, Carroll. And let's give Matthew Okan some props. He was not starting before. Then when Martin got hurt, he came in and filled in, and certainly has turned into an excellent football player for the Spartans.
It is 2nd and 2. Spotted on the 40. Viesca, single setback behind the quarterback. Viesca with the football. Viesca will be pushed back, but his forward progress will be very close to the first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're calling it, they're giving it a first down. I thought they ruled him, it looks like they're putting him short, but now we've got some confusion on the play, because they've set the ball. So they're going to say, yes, he pushed it up far enough for Central's first down.
Of this half.
Of this drive as well, since they've just gotten the football on that 4-down turnover.
Dump it off in the flat. It is complete and sniffed out. Viesca will lose a yard on the completion. Good play, but Brawley, everybody played their lanes.
Yeah, and that time the sophomore quarterback, Jimenez, kind of showed his sophomore inexperience, as we have a timeout now on the play for an injured Wildcat.
It's an official's timeout. We'll take timeout. 7:28 to play in the third quarter. Central 14 and Brawley 7.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
Well, they started the clock, and Brawley was still huddled up on the field, and Centro, we don't have to wait, took the snap, gained a yard, but...
yeah, that brings up 3rd and 9, Carroll, so that was not quite the yard gain they wanted. Looks like Central has moved inside, and so that's going to put them back 5 more.
Going to bring up 3rd and about 15. Spot the ball on the 37-yard line. They need to get to the 48 in Wildcat territory, so it is 3rd and 15.
And right now, a little bit of momentum shifting to the Brawley side of the field.
Jimenez rolling to his right, looking downfield, has a man open, and it's a catch. And that kind of catch, it's only one guy that does that kind of a catch, John. And, of course, we know who that is, don't we?
Yeah, they're quickly coming up right on the line of scrimmage.
Arturo Estrada. That's his kind of a catch. In traffic, pull it down, and then run with it after. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 40-yard line. Viesca right up the middle, nothing in the inside, so he cuts it to the outside, stays on his feet, and picks up another 1st down. Nico Viesca. Spartans basically going no huddle, not giving the Wildcats a chance to set. Jimenez with Viesca right behind him. Spread formation.
Now we have a flag thrown. Did the center pick the ball up? Let's see. I believe that's what they're going to say. Yes. Sometimes the center will pick the ball up and spin it over to get the laces up. You can spin it as long as it's on the ground, but you can't pick it up.
1st and 15. A little bit of a communication issue on the play coming in from the sideline. Back to pass, drop back, fire downfield, coming back on the ball, making the catch, but out of bounds. And again, that's Estrada. He could have been called for some offensive interference there, John.
The Brawley defender went down, but Estrada did come back for the football like you see him do it on Sunday in the NFL. If the ball would have been in play, he would have made the catch. Would have been a fantastic catch for a senior in high school, but Estrada's made those catches since he was a sophomore starting right here.
2nd and 15. Again, back to pass, a little flare out to the sideline, and running down inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's Emilio Morales. His first catch here in the second half as they spot the ball on the 27, so that's an 8-yard pickup.
3rd and about 7.
Right, they needed 15 because of that 5-yard penalty. But 3rd and 7 is a whole lot better than 3rd and 15.
And
that's Morales in motion.
Morales in motion. Looking for Morales. There's nothing there. Now he scoots into the flat, fires downfield, incomplete. Good thought. Just couldn't quite pull it off.
And much like Gutierrez on the previous 4th down play by the Wildcats, I'm sure Jimenez, if he had to do it again, would have tucked the ball and run. He did have some open space out there. Central now going for it. At least they're lined up as if they are. The call
again, too close for a punt, too far for a field goal.
Right on the 27, but it's not 4th and short. They have 4th and about 7 yards.
Viesca in the backfield, and it is sack. And it is Camillo with the sack.
Camillo came breaking in from a stand-up linebacker spot, delayed rush. No one was there to pick him up, and so that will turn it over. And now Brawley with their first big sack on the night, turned the ball over, loss of 8.
It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats spotted on their own 35-yard line.
Since all those fireworks, Carroll, at the very start of the game, it's turned into a slugfest.
Damian Clemente wide on the right side. He now goes in motion. Gutierrez fires over the middle. It is complete. And that would be Porras. Porras crosses the midfield stripe down to the 47-yard line in Spartan territory.
Second first down for the Wildcats here in the early going of the third quarter as they do penetrate Spartan territory again. It seems like they've spent the majority of the time in this football game in Spartan territory, doesn't it, Carroll?
I think so.
3 for 3 so far in this half is Gutierrez.
1st and 10. Gutierrez takes the snap, drops back, and dumps it off. It is complete. And that is Damian Clemente.
Looks like we're getting some extracurricular activity over there on the sidelines. Carroll, that time one of the Spartans broke free, and it looked like he was getting held by an offensive lineman for the Wildcats.
You saw that too, huh?
No calls, so that will move the ball downfield for a 9-yard pickup.
The Wildcats have it 2nd and 1 from the 38-yard line.
Brawley now can run, pass, do whatever they want. 2nd and short.
And on the option, the ball's on the ground.
I believe Moreno fell on it. The ball was not handed off well, but it bounced forward, and Moreno just dove on it very close to the first down.
One of the joys of the option, and that was one of the bugaboos that the Wildcats had when they ran the option exclusively, was putting the ball on the ground.
And as what happened, Carroll, is that time Gutierrez did want to pull it back out. As we talked about on that previous 4th down call, he probably would have done it that way if he had it to do again. But Moreno had too good a grasp on the ball, and fortunately for Brawley, it squirted forward. If it would have stayed at his feet, he would not have been able to recover it.
3rd and 1. Here come the Spartans, and it is Gutierrez. Gutierrez is hit, but then he surges forward. 2nd and 3rd effort will get him the first down. He was hit in the backfield, what would have been a 4 or 5 yard loss, and manages to get the first down on 2nd and 3rd effort.
What a great effort by Matthew Gutierrez. Now, he's not a small kid out there. He's 6 feet, weighs 190. So that time he was just able to power forward and picked up the very necessary 2 yards for a first down. As you mentioned, they had him tackle 4 yards deep.
1st and 10. Trips on the right side, the wide side. Spartan defense picks him up. Playing man. Here come the defenders. And again, Gutierrez hit in the backfield. He'll be sacked. It's about a yard loss.
Carroll, it's easy to see what the Spartans have done in the first half. They were leaving a player uncovered and lining the cornerback up right outside the end. Then in that very crucial 4th down play, they actually flanked him out when they passed the ball in the end zone, meaning the Wildcats, and did not get the completion. Here they had the man covered. They had the 3 wide outs, so they had the 3 defensive backs covered, but at the last second, he did sprint in. Now, he was not part of the sack, but he forced Gutierrez to step up and get tackled.
Diamondbacks and Texas. Texas scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th. It knotted at 5 going into extra innings in the World Series. 2nd and 12. Gutierrez back to pass. Again, pressure, dumps it off. And it is a nice catch coming back on the ball. Porras.
Well, that's got to be Porras. He's the one that can make catches like that. So Gutierrez now 5 for 5. Picked up about 7 yards. They mark it on the 29, so that is a 7-yard pickup.
3rd and 3.
And once again, Brawley knocking on the door for the game-tying touchdown.
Brawley trails 14-7. They have a 3rd and 3. It is on the Spartan 29-yard line. And it is 4 down territory.
They are spread out as if they're going to throw this, but let's see if they try to get Moreno with a chance to pick up the first down.
Gutierrez drops back, looks, fires. The ball's batted down at the line of scrimmage, and so it's an incomplete pass. Imperial leads Southwest 36-14. Imperial opening it up now. Vincent and Calexico tied at 7 in the Calexico City Championship, and as we said, Texas with 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th tied it up. They're heading into extra innings.
Carroll, that was actually fortunate for the Wildcats that ball was batted down because Central had put a player right in the passing lane where Gutierrez wanted to throw the ball to Porras. And I'm not saying it would have been intercepted, but if the kid didn't catch it, it would have hit him right in the chest.
4th and 3. Gutierrez back to pass, looking, chased out of the pocket, rolling to his right, still looking. He's hit, shakes off one tackler. A little shovel pass completed.
Is for the first down. That will be enough for the first down.
He completes that pass to Gilbert Valenzuela, a tight end. And incredible play. Gutierrez would not go down.
We mentioned the strength of that young man, and that's actually a 10-yard pickup. So they're down now inside the 20. Ball's on the 18. So let's give him credit for 11-yard pickup.
And that's the end of the third quarter. It flew by. At the end of 3 quarters of play, it is Central 14, Brawley 7.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at kxoradio.com.
Okay, John, we're heading into the fourth quarter. It's everything we expected.
Yeah, we've got a good game, the best game we've covered this year. And Carroll, can this Central Spartan defense finally put up another stand, or can this Brawley offense finally put a score up on the board? They have not scored offensively tonight. They've been down there. They've been down inside the 20. This is the third time. So Central Spartan, you've got to give Matthew Gutierrez all the credit in the world. This ball would have been turned over twice before if he didn't make those big fourth down conversions. And both of them were just awe-inspiring as he refused to go down. One, he ran for it, and the second one, he just did a two-handed basketball chest pass as he was being tackled for what would have been a loss.
It is 1st and 10. Wildcats on the Spartan 18-yard line. Here come the Spartans. Gutierrez gets it away into the end zone, and it is intercepted. Sitting in the weeds and picking off that ball out at the 30, the 40, the 45-yard line is Alex Trejo.
We've got all kinds of penalties back at the 15, which is unfortunate, but that's not going to negate the interception.
What Trejo did, Gutierrez threw into double coverage. And Trejo just kind of sat back 5 yards off the receiver and just came up and snapped it.
So Central, once again, is going to be starting deep in their own territory. Now, their touchdown drive, not counting the one that they got after the fumble punt or muff punt, was 90 yards. So they're going to get an opportunity to go further than that if they score again this drive, because they had some blocks, holes, whatever. But Trejo, all he had to do was catch it. He just read the eyes of Gutierrez. Gutierrez going to Porras. And all he had to do, as I said, just catch the ball. It came up, caught it right at the high point, turned upfield. Actually had a great return out to the 40. But, well, they've given the ball, they've given the ball down all the way to the 8-yard line. So it's first down from the 8 for the Spartans.
And it is Fiesca into the middle, slides off to the left, and he'll pick up a yard. We're in the fourth quarter. It is Central 14 and Brawley 7. Central with a big pick in the end zone.
And the way Brawley, Carroll, is moving the football on offense, you would think that they need to get another score up on the board, that if they do a 3-and-out here, then Brawley's going to come right back at them.
The snap, looking downfield, fires a little flat pass, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Brawley was all over that play. That's one of Central's favorite plays.
It'll go incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
3 for 6 in this half is the sophomore Jimenez. And Carroll, do you notice who plays stand-up linebacker for the Wildcats on defense?
That would be Mr. Gutierrez.
Their quarterback, and you can see him right there standing over the left tackle of the Spartans.
And it is Viesca. Viesca into the middle and is tripped, literally, and will go down at the 10. It'll bring up 4th and 8.
So Central sends the kick team out.
Okay, better have the good snap, and that has not always been the case.
Yeah, Central has had trouble this year. Brawley does have 2 players back, so that means they rush 9. Actually, they usually rush about 5 because they try to drop back and give their returners some protection.
Kick is away. Nice kick. It'll bounce at the 45 and be caught.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. Once the ball bounces, you can't call a fair catch, but he did. And so Central pulled up, and the referee said, all right, we'll call it down right there. So interesting call. The referees are talking about it now, but again, you can't change the play. They blew the whistle. But once the ball hits the ground, it doesn't matter how high it bounces, you can't call a fair catch. But Brawley
you call a fair catch, and it is a delay of game.
Now, if he calls a fair catch before the ball hits the ground, then yes, he can pick it up or then catch it. But they're going to give it to Brawley in Central territory. So once again, Brawley starts with the short field from the Spartan 49. And we've been saying all night, is the defense going to break? Are the offense of the Wildcats going to finally break through?
Spread formation. Gutierrez has Moreno next to him. Again, here come the Spartans, dump off a little screen underneath, and it is Richards. And Richards with a violent collision at about the 43-yard line.
Without a doubt, Carroll, this is the hardest hitting game we've seen. We saw Granite Hills, Ramona. We do have a player down. It's a Spartan. Hopefully it's just a cramp. That's what it looks like, but they'll take care of that.
Matthew Liziola, a sophomore, with a big hit. And it was a pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. We'll take a quick timeout. We've got 10 minutes and 12 seconds to play in this football game. Central with a 14-7 lead.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
Inside of 10 minutes to play in this football game. Central 14, Brawley 7. Brawley has a 2nd and 4 from the Spartan 43.
Phoenix Aguirre came off the field with a cramp, so that's good to see.
Gutierrez back to pass, fires over the middle, and again it is almost picked off as the intended receiver was sandwiched by 2 defenders. Gilbert Valenzuela went down hard. Spartans almost with another pick.
Yeah, the reason that ball wasn't intercepted was the Central Spartan up D-back actually ran into the man that was going to catch that. So Porsche double team. Let's see if they decide to look to another player. He is their best player. But they've also had some success throwing the ball to number 3, Julian Daniloff. He's second on their team with receptions for the year.
Spartans with pressure on Gutierrez. Here it comes again. Gutierrez loads up, fires. It is complete to Porras. And Porras will have the first down as he stretches out to the 36-yard line.
That gives Brawley 5 first downs here in the second half. Central only has 3 so far. So Brawley's not had trouble moving the chains. Once they get inside the 20, that's when they've had their trouble.
That red zone will get you every time. And that is, okay, let's hark back to Cal Jones. We will bend, we will not break.
And Carroll, the Wildcats are having success with the passes under 10 yards. It's when they try to go deep, that's when they've had their trouble.
1st and 10 from the Spartan 37. Gutierrez dumps it off over the middle. It's intercepted. A great interception there by Joshua Garcia. Garcia just reached up with one hand and took the ball out of the air. And Randy Moss would be thrilled.
And Garcia is going to stay on the field for offense. Yeah. So, again, Brawley, when they try to go, well, we have a flag down, but I'm not sure what the flag down is for. Brawley's defense is coming out.
Well, they picked up the flag, and there's been no indication. No flag. 1st and 10, Spartans. It is Viesca in the middle. Viesca lowers his shoulder and pushes his way out to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 6. Yeah. Viesca running hard, running low, and keeping the legs moving.
Yeah, this is one of the things that the Brawley old-timers are cringing, throwing interceptions. That's why they like that ground game so much.
They spot it actually on the 34, so it's 2nd and 5. Viesca again in the middle. Viesca spins. He'll have a first down as he crosses the 40 to the 42-yard line. Nico Viesca.
That is the first down here in the second half. Brawley's already picked up 5, but Viesca running with real purpose that time. 2 straight games, 1 of 6, 1 of 7.
And you have the clock moving. You have the football. If you can get a score after controlling the football for a good period of time, all is good. Back to pass, looking downfield, fires downfield, and it goes incomplete. Something wasn't quite right there. You had 2 Spartan receivers within 3 yards of each other.
We do have a flag down, I believe, as the referees are converging. Yes, there's a flag across the line. So I don't know if that meant someone took off early for the Spartans or someone was lined up. Yes, they're calling a legal shift by the Spartans. So that play didn't happen.
Move it back to the 37. It'll be 1st and 15.
But you're right, Carroll. That play just didn't look right. Also, Jimenez was getting some real pressure, so he just lofted the ball downfield. Brawley had 2 players back there. So we'll come back and do it again 5 yards deeper.
Jimenez has Viesca with him. Hands off to Viesca. Viesca stutters and then steps forward and pushes his way out to the 39-yard line. Picks up about 3. Nothing's easy in the middle.
And that's the way it's been for the last 80 bell games, Carroll. Actually, the last 101 years. Brawley's always been tough stopping the run up the middle. The clock is moving, but both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. Central with a 7-point lead. It's been an exciting game, Carroll, and feel privileged to be here.
2nd and about 13. One of the Spartan down linemen moved. It'll be 2nd and 18.
Yeah, that time Jimenez actually faked out his own line, trying to draw Brawley offside.
It is Imperial 43, Southwest 14.
Now let's see, Carroll, if that changes Central's perspective here and they want to go ahead and do a couple run plays and then look to punt it, because now they're looking at 2nd and about 20, maybe 18.
You have to feel good about your defense.
But there's still a lot of time, more than 7 minutes to go. A lot of time.
2nd and 18. Fake it to Viesca, rolling to his right under pressure, looks downfield, and he'll throw it away. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 18.
Yeah, the worst of that was that it does stop the clock.
Imperial leads Southwest 43-14. Tigers found their offense in the second half, John.
Yes, and that's kind of been their MO. They start out slow and then they build up big. So Mickey and George getting a quick game up there. They're probably getting near the end of that one. Let's see if Central tries to get the 18 yards here, if they do something conservative looking to punt on 4th.
3rd and 18 from their own 34. Handoff to Viesca. Viesca up the middle, breaks through. He'll cross the 45 to the 47-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down, and to me, it is definitely punt time.
Yeah,
They've only punted once tonight, haven't they?
Yes, and they're about 6 yards, so although he picked up 13, he needed, as we said, the 18, 19 yards. So Brawley's going to get the ball back. If they score, Carroll, meaning Brawley, do you think they go for 2 to try to get the win, or do we go in overtime?
We're
going to have a timeout by Brawley.
Brawley takes the timeout. We'll take a timeout. 6:27 to play. It is 14-3. Central leads the Brawley Wildcats.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
We're in the 4th quarter of the 80th edition of the Bell game. The Central Spartans hosting the Brawley Wildcats at Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central Union High School in El Centro, California.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
Okay, the Spartans are set to punt. It is 4th and about 6.
Let's see if Brawley goes after this after taking that timeout.
Bad snap. Kick is away under pressure, and a nice kick takes a Spartan roll, and it'll roll down to the 5-yard line. Bad snap, good kick, and a very propitious roll. The Wildcats, they'll spot it on the 6. It'll be 1st and 10. Wildcats on their own 6-yard line, John.
And Carroll, before the game, you were talking about how the field looked a little hard. So that time, that ball must have rolled at least 25 yards.
One of the things I always liked to check was, is this field hard or soft? Is it going to hurt when they pound me into the turf? Or am I going to sink into some mud?
So this is the thing that Bell game legends are made from. 1st down by 7, 95 yards to go.
94. They've got it on the 6.
And Gutierrez has had a tremendous game so far.
And the Spartans have kept pressure on him, and he's still been able to complete. And Gutierrez on the sweep, and on the sweep, Julian Daniloff, the wide receiver, that jet sweep. And he'll pick up.
He had a good gain. We're trying to see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to give him
an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2.
First time we've seen that jet sweep tonight.
2nd and 2. And the clock is running inside of 5:50 to play.
Brawley now with 2 timeouts left, but not worried about that yet.
Spartan defense again is going to have to come up big. Gutierrez has to be a little bit gun-shy with the interceptions he's thrown. Here come the Spartans, the ball up in the air, incomplete as Gutierrez was hit. Jared Martin untouched to the quarterback.
Okay, so right now you're Brawley, you're deep in your own territory on your own 14-yard line. You need a couple yards. I'm guessing, Carroll, that they're probably going to try to run either that quarterback option or something with Moreno, that real quick dive, although Moreno looks like he's been running a little tentatively tonight.
Well, again, I think it's not so much he's running timid as the Spartan defense has been very strong keying on it.
Yeah, Brawley,
so
double wideouts once again. Yes, now they're not uncovered. They're covered up.
Richards is the running back. Gutierrez drops back, looks, chased out of the pocket, fires downfield. It is complete. Sidearms it downfield to Julian Daniloff.
That will be enough for a first down, although it only gained a few yards. It was enough. They only needed 2, and they got about 5.
They spot the ball on the 19.
And that is a 5-yard pickup. The clock is running. So many big plays, Carroll, that just the air goes out of the stadium after each big play.
And we should point out every seat is filled, standing room only. Even the Sandy Nujheim balcony at the STEM building is full. Gutierrez takes the snap, again drops back, dumps it off, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, miscommunication. The player went down the center of the field, and he threw it out for an out. So fell incomplete.
Sabalas ran a fly pattern, and Gutierrez threw the down and out.
But it does stop the clock.
2nd and 10. Again, it is 14-7. Central with the lead. Brawley with the ball. Deep in their own territory. It's on their own 19. Gutierrez hands off, and it is Moreno in the middle, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, that was not a good exchange. Once again, Gutierrez appeared that he was trying to read whether or not he should give it to Moreno or keep it himself, and that's going to end up with a 1-yard loss, and now you're looking at 3rd and 11. Now, Brawley's been very proficient at not only connecting on 3rd, but also 4th downs tonight, so I don't believe that they feel intimidated by this 3rd and 11.
To me, it is a passing down.
Double wideouts, right and left for the Wildcats.
Moreno, the single setback. Gutierrez with a low snap, fires a quick opener downfield. It is complete and stopped at the 26-yard line, short of the first down. It'll be 4th and about 3. And the Wildcats are showing every intention that they're going to go for it, John.
Oh, absolutely. We'd not expect anything else. The clock now is ticking down. You've got under 3:50 to go. Now, Brawley does still have 2 timeouts, but they're looking at 76 yards for a tying score. They don't need 76 right now. They only need about 3. Let's see if they run or try to throw for it.
4th and 3. Richards is the single setback.
And now we're going to get a timeout by the Spartans.
Spartans take the timeout, 4th and 3 for the Wildcats on their own 26. It is Central 14 and Brawley 7.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's Osoaza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Osoaza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Hi, I'm Craig Lyon, principal at Central Union High School. Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing
AM
up.
1230 KXO El Centro.
4th and 3. Wildcats from their own 26-yard line. 3:30 to play in this football game. They trail 14-7. Gutierrez back to pass, fires. It is tipped at the line and then batted away by the defender, and that defender was Alex Trejo,
who had the interception previously.
I'm not going to say that's the game, John, but that's the game.
Well, we'll see, Carroll. Brawley still has 2 timeouts. There's still 3 minutes, 26 seconds to go. I am surprised, Carroll. I know that Brawley has a different offense. I know the situation for the game calls for it. But Brawley that was the 17th pass this half. There was seasons when Brawley didn't throw the ball 17 times.
Yes, I remember them. Spartans have the ball. It is 1st and 10. They come out in a double wing formation. Look familiar? Now,
yeah, it looks like, well, I thought Brawley jumped off sides, but I guess he got back in time or didn't cross the neutral zone.
He didn't cross the neutral zone.
So that was a Wildcat snap, I believe, to Vieska. Picked up 1 yard. The clock does continue to run.
2nd and 9.
So if Brawley exercises their timeouts, they will get the ball back, provided the Spartans don't pick up a first down here. And that means we are looking at another opportunity for the Wildcats to move the ball. They've moved it well tonight. They just haven't put it in the end zone yet.
Wildcat again. Vieska takes a snap. And there are flags, and that's typically going to be against these Spartans.
And it
for
is.
Procedure.
So now Central does bring back their regular offense. That's their quarterback, Luis Jimenez.
Imperial leads Southwest 43-20. They just entered the 4th quarter.
Now the clock is running, so Central, if they're looking at the back judge, can run quite a bit of time off this clock. They don't have to snap it for at least another 20 seconds.
Jimenez hands off. Vieska is brought down. Camille with a nice ankle tackle.
And if he doesn't tackle him, Vieska may have been able to pick up a first down. So that Camille, after last year's really heartbreaking loss, he's really playing himself proud tonight. Clock continues to move as they spotted the ball on the 27, so that was a 3-yard pickup.
Now there's timeout, and the Wildcats will take the timeout. 2:03 to play in this football game. It is Central 14, Brawley 7.
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
And updating the World Series, John, in the 11th inning, it's still tied at 5.
Well, here's a question, Carroll. In the World Series, do they do that, put a runner at second base to start?
Yes.
I do not like that rule.
It's a weenie rule. 3rd and 12.
Central in a passing formation.
Fake it to Vieska, rolling to his right, looking for some running room. Jimenez is hit.
That was a run all the way. There's no way he was going to throw the football. So Brawley will use their last timeout to stop the clock with about 2 minutes to go.
Alex Valdez on that stop, along with Christopher Camilo. And a minute 54 to play in this football game. The Wildcats, you say that's their last one?
Yes.
And
let's see if Central tries a punt here. Their ball's sitting on the 34-yard line.
No, they're not going to punt, John. It's too close.
But you're looking at 4th and about 16. So let's see. They could just do a straight run, but again, that's going to give Brawley the football. So
yeah, it'll give them the football, but with about 80 yards to go, plus. And the way your defense is playing, you trust your defense.
Yes. The Wildcats have already tried 17 passes this half, and if they get the ball back, I'm sure they're going to try some more. So now it looks like Central, they're in punt formation. Now, Brawley called a timeout the previous time because they did not believe Central was going to punt. They do have a player back. Camille's up tight, And then they do have
Julian Daniloff is back at his own 5-yard line.
So let's see if Brawley comes after this, Carroll. You get a block here. Now you've got half a field.
And the snaps have not been perfect.
Actually, all year Central has had trouble with their punt. But now it looks like they want to put more time back up on the clock.
1:57 is on the clock.
So they put 3 seconds back on. That's fine.
Official time is on the field, not on the scoreboard.
Looks like Brawley's coming after this one. They're up on the line.
Snap, kick, away, kicks it into the coffin corner and did it beautifully as the ball went out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Yep. Beautiful kick. It'll nail the Wildcats back at the 5-yard line. 95 yards to go with 1:50 to do it in, John.
And no timeouts. So really, that's what you're looking at. 1st and 95. But Brawley has moved the football. We've mentioned they've already thrown the ball 17 times this half. Only ran it 9 times. And one of those was a sack. So they've actually only run the ball 8 times this game. 17 times all game, not counting the sacks. And that's Brawley would run that on a drive sometimes.
It is 1st and 10. They spotted on the 4, actually, John. Gutierrez from his own end zone looking downfield, has time, fires over the middle, intercepted.
And instead of taking it in the end zone, the player went down, and now we're going to get a celebration penalty. You don't need that. But the ball was thrown right to him, so that is the 3rd interception here. And as we said at the start of the game, turnovers can change the game. So right now, Central, unless they fumble, they should take this 80th bell game.
Emilio Morales with the interception.
And that is his first interception on the night and the 18th pass attempt this half. And give Brawley credit. They came out, they played their game. Central tonight was just a little better.
And the unsportsmanlike conduct, a good call.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as Morales caught it, he went down like he should, but then he jumped up and waved goodbye. As the Brawley coaches, they understand what's going on. All Central has to do is kneel down a couple times. Hopefully there's nothing going on at the line of scrimmage, we would hope. And there isn't, so there the clock starts.
They'll do it 3 more times.
They need to go ahead and let the clock run down, though. They don't want to snap it at the 20-second mark because this game is not over.
Imperial leads Southwest 50-20.
So
Vincent 14, Calexico 7.
So I'm not sure about the score. Imperial, I thought that was running clock, but now it's not. That's only a 30-point lead.
They never had a 35-point lead.
Okay, yeah. There's a snap. The clock is right at 1 minute. Central now has 3rd down.
And with that, we see many of the fans across the way leaving.
Yeah.
The Spartan faithful aren't going anywhere. They're going to be here to celebrate at the end of the game. And that's it.
That is the final play as Central has won the bell. Hopefully there's nothing like what happened last year, Carroll.
The Spartans out in the middle of the field and celebrating.
Well they should.
The Wildcats, and it is an amicable greet in the middle of the field so far, but coaches are going to separate them. They are going to line up and shake hands.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Stay in the line so there's no problems. David Pena, Carroll, is 6-1 bell game, 7-1 overall against Brawley.
And now you know why the Brawley School District went hard and heavy trying to recruit Pena to come back to Brawley when they were looking for a coach last year. The final score, 14-7. The Central Spartans keep the victory bell. We've got post-game notes coming up.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Hi, this is Daryl Pechtel, Director of Adult Student and Parent Services at the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build a habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m., serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655. McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Well, I won't say there was a whole lot of scoring, but there was a whole lot of action all night long. Started with the Central Spartans with a big break and recovering a muffed punt that led to their first score. What do you think, Coach?
It was awesome.
Okay. It's official now. It was awesome. And my props to you on your girls' flag team.
Thank you.
That is awesome as well.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Coach, we appreciate it. John Driffill is working on the numbers, and as we keep saying, Brawley throws the ball. And that was something that we were not used to in years past. It just didn't happen in years past, but it is what they do now. And they have a good combination to several good receivers and a quarterback that can get it done. And that quarterback and his receivers will be back next year. So, I'm sure the coaches are already planning on how to do that. But, John, it was the Central defense. Plain and simple, Brawley did not score an offensive touchdown.
Right, and who would have expected that coming into the game? We mentioned how Brawley has outscored the four common opponents by 124 points, so you certainly would expect them to get an offensive touchdown, but let's give Central credit. Perhaps last week, everyone was saying, how can Central beat Brawley after barely getting past Imperial, only beating them 14-10? But maybe Central didn't show a lot last week. Maybe they did enough to win the game, and they saved it for tonight. Because from the get-go, there's nothing that Brawley can say that they lost this game other than Central beat them. There wasn't any bad calls. Central's the one that had most of the penalties called against them. Brawley turned the ball over 4 times, 3 interceptions in the second half. It's going to be very hard to beat anybody. But let's take a look at the stats, Carroll, because they're actually they're amazing. Brawley ran the ball 21 times, but actually only 18 because there was 3 sacks. So 21 rushes from scrimmage for 65 yards. 15 for 27 was the junior Matthew Gutierrez, so he'll be back next year for 109 yards, giving Brawley 174 total yards. Brawley had 11 first downs. They did have the 4 turnovers, which obviously played a huge factor in the game. First was the fumble on the opening punt by the Spartans. The Spartans took the opening kick, 3 and out. They punted. Brawley muffed the football, and it was recovered by Seth Mendez. And then the 3 interceptions. They were spread out by Alex Trejo had 1. Joshua Garcia had 1, and Emiliano Morales had 1 that won the football game for the Spartans at the end of the 4th quarter. Before we take a break, Carol, let me go ahead and do this. I mentioned that Brawley ran for 65, passed for 109. Central, 23 rushes for 105 yards, 10 for 16 for 68. So you have a reverse. Central ran for the 105. Brawley threw for 109. Central passed for the 68. Brawley ran for 65. That gave Central 173 total yards. It gave Brawley 174 total yards. Central had 11 first downs. Brawley had 11 first downs. The difference was Brawley had the 4 turnovers. Central just threw the 1 interception, pick 6, that gave Brawley their only points. And while we're on the air, let's go ahead and finish up the individual stats. All 23 rushes by the super junior Nico Viesca. 23 rushes, 105 yards. They don't win this game without him. And the winning touchdown. The 10 receptions were spread out among 4 different receivers. Emiliano Morales, he of the interception, had 3 completions for 27 yards and a huge touchdown. Also, in the first half, Miguel Vega had 5 receptions for 19 yards. Nico Viesca had 1 catch behind the line of scrimmage where he was tackled for a negative 1-yard loss. And making a huge reception in the third quarter was Artie Morales, playing in his final game as a Spartan. Estrada playing his final game as a Spartan. Arturo Estrada, being a 3-year starter, got action as a freshman as well. Had 1 huge catch for 23 yards. So, Carroll, I'm all talked out just about. What an exciting game, emotionally draining. Brawley still on the field getting their coaches' instructions because their season's not over. They'll be in the playoffs, probably going to be on the road now. Central on the other side, most people did not give them a chance to win this game. They did everything they needed to win it. They did. Coach Pena goes 6-1 bell games against his alma mater, Brawley Wildcats. 7-1 all time, as he did beat the Wildcats twice last year, once in the bell game and once in the playoffs.
John, okay, just to interrupt you, 2 players, 1 Brawley, 1 Central, apart from all the others, hugging, talking.
And that's Gutierrez, the quarterback for Brawley.
And Jared Martin, who was in his face all night. And that is what I love about this game. Gutierrez and Martin, friends.
Heck of a game. Gutierrez played. Remember those runs where they had him tackle 4 yards lost and he got a first down 3 yards downfield? Yeah, heck of a game by that young man. He's holding his head up high, and he should.
Well, Gutierrez and Martin, who was on him all night long, separate from everybody else, and they talk and they hug, and that's what is so nice about these high school games, John.
Yeah, Martin right now is 2-1 bell games. His freshman year, they did lose. He did not have much part in that. They won last year. They won this year. And I'm sure Gutierrez was telling them next year it'll be our turn, meaning Brawley. We'll see, because we'll be up there in Brawley next year, I assume, Carroll. Brawley now, they're all lined up on the sidelines, giving their fans the alma mater. So Brawley, a lot of pride in that. And it's good to see that Coach Van Diver and Rubio continuing the traditions. They have nothing to hang their head about either. They're 8-2.
Yes, and they will be highly seeded in the Division II playoffs in the San Diego Section CIF, as will the Central Spartans. This may have given the Spartans a boost into one of the top 4 positions.
Yeah, hopefully, at the least, they should have a home game. But hopefully, if they get in the top 4, that will give them a bye. I'm not sure if Michael Fisher has any chance to play. He did not suit up again tonight. But it would really be good to see the young man at least get some action this year. He's been such a hard worker for the Spartans all 4 years, such an integral part of this team. And you saw it tonight, being a captain, again, when he's in street clothes.
Had an interesting conversation with my neighbor, Pat Apalategui. Now, most everybody knows Fireman Pat, as my granddaughter said a number of years ago when she first met him, the bestest fireman ever. Anyway, Pat played football at Centro. Said his sophomore year, they lost the bell. Junior year, they lost the bell. Senior year, they came out and said, we're not going to lose the bell, and they didn't. And took the bell home. So it's a thing that these players will remember, and both good and bad. I said, one of the things in this game, whatever the season was, it all came down to the bell game. I said, Pat, do you remember what the record was that year? He said, no. All I remember was we won the bell. And, you know, that's what it means. Tonight's 80th edition of this bell game, and something like the 150th time these two teams have met on the football field. One of the bits of inspiration, perhaps, the game dedicated to Cal Jones, who passed away 30 years ago, and it's hard to believe it was 30 years ago when we lost Cal. His family participating at the coin toss to open the game. Inspirational to the team.
And Carroll, we're seeing all kinds of people. Joe Evangelist just walked in front of us on the football field. So, yeah, this is an event. Still, the football field is crowded with both Wildcats and Spartans. I'm pleased that there was no repeat of last year, Carroll. There was not any hint of that. Brawley, as you said, the quarterback Gutierrez telling Jared Walker, okay, good job. We'll see you next year at our place. So he's already looking ahead, and that's what you want to see. And it's not the first time. I remember when the quarterback for the Wildcats a few years back who got hurt, Doug Klein, who had to play wide receiver. I remember that when it looked like the game was over, and it was, Brawley had the ball, but they weren't going to win. He was flanked out wide, and he actually stood up, and you could hear him yell to the Spartan bench, good game. So that's the kind of stuff you like to see with these kids. Sometimes the parents get involved and the adults, but the kids know. And that's what we had here tonight. And I know Brawley's scratching their head. They really thought that they were going to get Coach Pena this time, but it didn't happen. So there'll be another chance next year.
There's always next year. There's always tomorrow. High school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro has been brought to you by Roto-Rooter, serving the entire Imperial Valley, by the Broken Yoke Cafe. You know, they've got the best breakfast in town. You haven't tried it? Give it a try. You'll see what I mean. Also, high school football on AM 1230 KXO has been brought to you by the Central Union High School District, by Osaaza Mobile Auto Service in Yuma, by McNeese Mart at Dogwood and Maine in El Centro, Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, La Fonda Bar and Grill, great food, great sports, Southwest Postal Service and Southwest Security, the CB Stop in Calexico, Imperial Valley College, #1 in the U.S., Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial. What the heck, if you got a store in Brawley, El Centro, Imperial, you can't lose. You're going to bring home a winner. And by the Center for Employment Training. The updating scores, Imperial defeated Southwest 50-20. Last score we had, Vincent leading Calexico 14-7. Last night in the Axe game, Holtville dominated Calapat 53-6. By the way, in baseball, Texas nipped the Diamondbacks 6-5. It took them 11 innings to do it. We want to thank our technical advisor, Kurt Hoffman, producer, director, engineer, and all-around good guy, Gabe Lemus, John Driffill, providing stats and color commentary. I'm Carroll Buckley. Keep it tuned for the best oldies on the radio on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro.
The Imperial Valley's best oldies on the radio.
The best music all day. 1230